If you ever need a Zamboni guy, I did a little of that in college.
Did you?
You drove the Zamboni?
I did, yeah.
The things that we do communicate to the world. If you're a business owner, you're telling your story through your signage. If you're navigating someplace, you're trying to get from point A to point B, signage will help you get yourself to where you want to go. If you're in a venue, you're entertained by the things that we do. We want to engage the audience through the visual communication systems that we provide.
The next big thing is being built here in South Dakota. In fact, Daktronics has been building big things for decades. From scoreboards to Major League video systems, to iconic digital signage in Times Square, Piccadilly Circus, and around the world. Hi, I'm Governor Christine Ohm. There's a good chance that you'll interact with a product made in South Dakota every single day. Make no mistake, businesses build things here because we get out of their way. And South Dakota will continue to build the future. Because freedom works here.
So a couple pheasants landed right over here earlier. Nice.
And then I went back to my... Most of our business comes from repeat customers. We've done a really good job over many years of building relationships and fostering those. And I think a lot of our customers enjoy working with, getting to know us, and a lot of that really comes from our roots in South Dakota. South Dakota's been on a pretty good trajectory for growth here now for quite a few years, and especially in our large communities like Sioux Falls, it just seems like they can't grow fast enough, and it seems like that's continuing. We're not seeing much of a slowdown in demand, and it's really exciting to see where Daktronics is going, and again, I think the state of South Dakota has been a big part of that.
Yes, you could build anywhere in the world. We kind of like building here. Might be some tougher winters, but the summer, spring, summer, fall are fantastic, and it's a good place to work, and it's a good place to be.
But one of the unique things about South Dakota, of course, we're known for our pheasants. It's a big deal. If you've ever been to the airport in Sioux Falls during pheasant hunting season, you almost see as many dogs as you do people, and a lot of people in orange. It's a unique experience for sure. A lot of our customers want to experience that, and so we do host many people every year in the fall that want to come and see what pheasant hunting is like, and through those experiences we develop relationships. It's a really great experience that it's hard to find anywhere but in South Dakota.
Awesome. You got it?
Not bad for a day's work, huh? Daktronics was founded by two professors of engineering at SDSU, South Dakota State University, Dwayne Sanders and Al Kurtenbach. They were teachers, they were professors, and they were noticing they were educating a lot of these wonderful engineers, and they didn't have good jobs here in South Dakota.
So those two gentlemen started trying to figure out a way to build a business that could start hiring this engineering talent and retain them in the state of South Dakota.
A wrestling coach that was a friend of the family said, you know, the scoreboards that we use for wrestling really aren't very adequate. They're up on the wall, we're sharing the scoreboard with basketball, and it's problematic. And so they designed a new scoreboard for wrestling that was a three-sided scoreboard that sat on the mat, and they called it the mat side scoreboard. And that was really one of our very first big products to take off. Since then, you've been able to see our products all over the world, in the biggest platforms in the world: Times Square, Piccadilly Circus, Las Vegas, major sporting arenas, billboards along every highway and interstate in the country.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Great to see you. Nice Scott, Mike.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it's been a great addition. Just the ability to message the guests when they come in, and we've added this to our inventory, so we just got a hit actually for a concert that's going to be coming up in the fall of next year, where they have a tour sponsor and that they're looking to spend additional dollars on our additional inventory, and certainly that piece of inventory with how many people are coming in this entrance is going to be a huge part of that component. So it's already paying dividends.
Yeah, we expect the payback to be strong on it, relatively quick.
Maybe we should take a look inside the arena, kind of talk future plans and how we can help.
Yeah, you got it.
So hockey tonight and this weekend, you said, right?
Yes, yeah. We just got out of Disney on Ice.
So an easier transition. You're not going basketball to hockey to indoor football.
Every moment matters to build customers for life. When a pixel goes out, you respond and you get somebody there probably before their next event to make sure that that display is working 100% for the next event. And a lot of times it's just the simplest things. It's just showing up, answering your phone calls, and not running away from something. It's electronics. You'll have issues. Key is how you deal with it.
That's been a great showpiece of the facility, but we're looking to see what we can do from a new, sexy, exciting scoreboard.
Well, game time and game score, especially when it's in a timing sport, is critical. If you've ever been to a facility and you lost the game time or the shot clock, you'll find out real quick how important that piece of it is. And it has to work every game, every time, because that's the flow of the game.
We want to have people see stuff that they hadn't seen before, because there's only one other similar sized building in the state. So when they come here, I want to see, like, hey, we hadn't seen what you can do with graphics. We hadn't seen what you can do with the digital stuff.
This facility, I think we bring in some of the top talent in the region. We bring in some of the same talent that they're bringing in some of the bigger markets.
There's nobody that says, I don't care what it costs, I'll pay whatever it is to get that. People don't do that. So, in the case of these Major League sport teams, they're very sophisticated to understand how much revenue they think they can generate, how much real estate that they have. And then at some point in time, sometimes people just want to make a statement.
It's a great atmosphere when you're packed to the rafters in the building and you have the blue and the red in the building and playing a basketball game at Summit League. It's amazing. I mean, it's an amazing experience, and when all of the technology is working together, yeah, it's hard to beat.
So first step of the process, we have the logic side of the board, or the brain side of the board. It does all the controlling. And then we have the LED side of the board right here. So everything starts off as a blank circuit board. So these have two heads that move in tandem. The one head will come over here and grab parts that are lit up green. Once it grabs the parts that are lit up green, it's gonna go over and place them on the board. And if I brush my hand across there, those parts are gonna go everywhere. Once they go into this reflow oven is where they actually get soldered.
Back in the 1990s, LED technology was coming onto the market. So you've got LED displays that are made up of a pixel that has a red, a green, and a blue LED. And it was in the 1990s in which the blue was starting to get bright enough that you could start utilizing that to create video. Prior to that, it was a CRT product, and I think we all remember the TV sets that our parents had, maybe even some of us older people had, which were really, really big boxes, really, really expensive. It was the elite that could afford to buy that video display. When LED came on the market, it was less expensive. And then over the last 25 years, the cost of LED displays have continued to come down as the quality has gone up.
And then here's where we do some testing. We light up the boards for the first time right here. And so that lights up the board, and then is gonna do a mod level calibration, getting all the LEDs to the same intensity. This is a finished, fully assembled module. We have a louver on the front side just to make a nice, even matte black finish. And then we have our potting material that fully encapsulates the board, both front and back, to protect it from rain, snow, sleet, any of the elements that we're gonna see out in the field. This module is now protected and ready to go.
That's allowed more entrances to be able to buy video display. It was the elite. All Major League sport teams had it. Then it was the major colleges. Then it became the mid-major colleges. Now it's small colleges. Today we're seeing high schools starting to put video displays in, and it's because it's more affordable. So it's really a great time to be in the industry that we're in. It's a great time to be building LED displays because there's a lot of demand, and it creates a lot of excitement in a venue when you have a video display there.
There it is.
Wow. looks great. We're seeing a lot of people move to that vertical format, and it's nice. It stands out on the street because almost all the other signs are in that horizontal format, so it really does stick out nice.
This street sees over 44,000 cars a day, so we really wanted to stand out on this street, and it was a no-brainer to put an electronic message center up there.
The very first commercial application we did was a bank. Banks have always been a really good consumer of our products. They see the value of communicating to their customers in that way because banks are located in areas where their customers are. And so they want to be able to shout to them in the street, right? They want to be able to speak to them in that way. And so it's always been a natural fit. So do you program all your signs from one location? Does one person do all the signs? Or?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're looking at her.
You are the one, huh?
And that's just because I have a graphic design background, so I'm using my own software. Also, our advertising agency helps design some more of the things with the motion graphics.
We're continually working on, when you put video displays outside, the elements are really, really tough. You not only have bright sunlight, you've got elements that can cause displays to over time wear out sooner than what you'd want them to. So we continue to work on how do we continually make our products more robust, more reliable, match the conditions that they're going to be going into, and make sure they hit the intended life of our customers.
So what we do in lab services is we basically push our products to the limit. We put them through a bunch of different stresses, a bunch of different tests, trying to break them in-house so we can make them more robust and more reliable for our customers. So all electronic devices put out some type of interference. It doesn't matter what they are, from cell phones to cars, everything's doing some type of EMI, vacuums, TVs, everything does it. And the purpose for the chamber is if we were to close the doors, it blocks out 100% all signals. So then we can get a true accurate test. The reason why EMC is a big, big deal to us, here just an example that we've got on our poster is US Bank Stadium where the Vikings play. Just there alone, you've got every spectator coming in with a cell phone. You've got team radios, facility radios, and that Wi-Fi system. That's all RF EMI frequency stuff, and our stuff runs 100% and doesn't interfere with any of that. So with this chamber, we can kind of replicate any outdoor environment that can be going on, and then also sometimes we might have an on-site issue with a customer, and this chamber helps us kind of diagnose with a similar product on what's going on.
Now the exciting thing is we're seeing higher resolution coming at the game, being able to put smaller components onto a circuit board to create a display. We're on the 0.7 millimeter as our highest resolution product today, and that's the application for that is really in like a control system setting where details matter, and you really need a fine image that's coming at it. We're also seeing that displays can be more architectural. So it's curves and corners, and we've got a floor display within the showroom. It's kind of a unique application. You can use it for a stage. You could use it for a dance floor. Someday you could use it for a basketball court. So if there's revenue associated with it, if there's game entertainment associated with it, people will keep experimenting and trying to find something that might work.
We just continue to strive to get better and bring new things to the market. We have invested so much, not just in money, but in time and talent and learning to get to the point where we are to provide screens like this. When I started in 1996, to imagine that we would ever be doing anything like this was incomprehensible. And to now see us doing things like this in large stages, in arenas, and in airports, in these areas, it's really something. And it kind of makes me wonder what it's going to look like in another 30 years.